here in Glasgow. A lot of the hotels around the River Clyde. Here's the arena, Emirates Arena. And you can see two fairly easy victories for Chang and Yang in the first match, and Stipsit Sinwold in our second match, and just about ready for the match in mixed doubles, the all-European match with home interests. Campbell and Macpherson from Scotland up against Nico Ruponen and Amanda Hogstrom. A little look on the draw here. Of course, only the first round of the tournament, but winners of this match up against Japanese opposition tomorrow.
So Nico Ruponen, Amanda Hogstrom of Sweden taking on Martin Campbell and Julie Macpherson in mixed doubles. Day one action at the World Championships. So there's Hogstrom and Ruponen ready and waiting. Our umpire with the all-important toss of the coin.
Red.
I'll receive. Martin will receive.
Martin receive?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you?
We stay on this side. Amanda
This
7.
side?
Yeah.
Amanda.
Amanda 7.
So we heard it there, choosing to receive serve. So Julie Macpherson from Edinburgh in Scotland, almost the local girl, 19 years of age. She and her partner Martin Campbell currently ranked 112 in the world, not too far from their career best. Up at 101 around 4 weeks ago. Her partner Martin Campbell also from Edinburgh, although not shown on the graphic. 27 years of age, the more experienced Martin Campbell. And like I said, they're playing some of their best mixed doubles this year, 2017, coming into this World Championships. So let's take a look at the Swedish pair then. Nico Ruponen, 28 years of age, from Turku in Finland originally, of course. Mixed doubles ranking at 33 currently in the world. They have been up at 21, very close to that world top 20. That was some 8 or 9 months ago, just before Christmas. The peak of their career. And there's Amanda Hogstrom, his partner. .28 years of age. And again, that ranking of 33 in the world. Having a good season, particularly the back end of the last calendar year. That's our umpire for today from Indonesia, Mr. Eddie Rufianto. And his service judge, Gavin Smith, of course, from England.
Ready to play.
So the Swedish pair will be starting the match at the near side of the court, bottom of your screens at home. I believe this is the first time these two have met, at least in international competition. Would I be right there, Steen? Have you seen them play before?
I think you're right. I haven't heard of them playing any competition against each other.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Nico
played a bit more
Ruponen
men's doubles than mixed doubles in tournaments.
from Sweden. And on my left, Martin Campbell and Julie Macpherson, Scotland. Amanda Hogstrom to serve to Martin Campbell. Level play.
So Amanda Hogstrom with the opening serve, and it's a good serve. The error at the net from Martin Campbell. Yeah, interesting what you were saying there, Steen. Campbell in particular playing more men's doubles. Those two men out on court, Campbell and Ruponen, both ranked somewhere around number 50 in the world in men's doubles. So not much to choose between them, but of course, very different game, mixed doubles.
Yeah, and I think Nico has focused more on his mixed doubles, and then he found out that he actually played a very nice men's doubles with Richard Eidestedt, at least on a European level. But actually has had a lot of focus on the mixed. And,
Service over. 2-all.
Well, not quite caught by that flick serve. Ruponen with the slower drop, but the follow-up from Amanda Hogstrom was impressive. Yeah, and that's better from Julie Macpherson.
4-2.
of course, not having played a lot of mixed for Martin Campbell might also be due to the fact that there was no one to play with the right talent. But now he's got his young partner here, Julie Macpherson, and of course a very tough task in terms of expectations for Scottish mixed players, taking over from Imogen Bankier.
Yeah, absolutely. Imogen Bankier and well, Robert Blair retiring, at least from top-level competition. There has been a gap to fill in mixed doubles for sure in Scotland.
I couldn't hear what the umpires was discussing with the service judge. Something about challenge, I think.
Yeah, good rally and some good defending from the Scots. Macpherson getting down low to defend, and then Hogstrom unable to turn that forehand round the head drive into anything effective.
Yeah, and just to follow up on Imogen Bankier, because of course she won Scotland's last World Championship medal in 2011 in London, together with Chris Adcock.
That was with Chris Adcock, yeah, that's right.
6-5.
interesting, actually, Steen, and just when I was taking a look at this particular section of their draw, the winners of this match will go on to face the 11 seeds, the Japanese Kazuno and Kurihara, that might also set up a round 3 meeting later on with those darlings of English badminton, Mr. and Mrs. Adcock.
Yes.
Ruponen and Hogstrom, they've been there just below the very top of European. Well, it depends how you define the top, but they've been challenging the best in European mixed doubles. They've been playing 3 games with Matuszek and Ziba, Olympic quarterfinalist. Match points against them. They've challenged Chris and Gabby Adcock in the European Championship 2016, taking them to 3 games and so on. So they've been there just below the medalists, but haven't really managed so far to get everything to work at the same time.
Yeah, that's right. They, I think they were quarter-finalists again this year in the European Championships.
Lost to Adcock and Adcock again.
Service over. 9-7.
Sorry, that's wrong. It's not correct. Oh, it is correct. Lost 21-17, 21-12. So it seems like the Adcocks have sort of opened up a gap between the 2 pairs. And had a chance to talk to the Danish coach in Sweden, Anders Christiansen, yesterday, and he said this is Nico Ruponen's last tournament internationally.
Oh, right.
He's retiring after this.
Well, let's see if they can make it through to face the Adcocks once again. Interestingly, I was chatting with a colleague of yours yesterday, Mr. Jakob Oyen, former coach of the English badminton team at some stage in doubles. He was commenting how Gabby Adcock is looking in good form, finding a bit more confidence with that serve, and it might just be the tournament they need, Chris and Gabby Adcock. So yeah, it's going to be a fascinating prospect throughout this mixed doubles draw.
10-all.
Good battle at the net between Hogstrom and Macpherson.
Service over. 11-10.
Not a great deal to choose from so far in this opening game in the mixed doubles. The scoreline at 11-10 in favour of the Swedes, Nico Ruponen and Hogstrom. Fairly tense approach from both pairs.
De vil jo gerne flytte dig på reserverne specielt. Så videre frem og efter, Nico Barter, bra bakom, alt det her.
Det er bedre bare blødt over.
Yeah, you did off there, exactly. Yeah, that last one was really good. Out of the front of the court, yeah? Really good. Yeah. I see what getting in the back.
Second.
I see. Jab, go in after, follow up. Yeah, come on.
Play.
Well, unlike advice from coaching staff in previous matches today, everyone looking very determined, very focused out here on court, both players and coaches. You can just sense the importance of this occasion, this round 1 match, and a very even battle.
11-all.
Very difficult coaching situation, because you actually got them off to a good start. Now it's 11 apiece, and how much do you how much do you say, or how confident are you that your pair can take that 2-3 point lead that is crucial, compared to how much do you actually disturb in the coaching? How much do you take the players' thoughts away from the game and to a specific tactical advice that was called in? I think he's been getting it right.
Yes, absolutely. So much to be gained and to be lost in taking that risk, perhaps.
We heard from the Scottish coach that he wanted Julie Macpherson to be active at the net, but very, very positive coaching from both teams. There's Christiansen to the right.
Yeah,
former Danish international.
I notice how everybody's leaning forward, almost nail-biting stuff. So much pressure, not just on the players, but on the coaches, to have their pairs and players perform well in some kind of event like the World Championships.
Excellent play here by Julie Macpherson. Look how she jumps from the middle and kills it. Oh,
second challenge of the day. It was a confident call from the line judge at the back of the court. In my opinion, Macpherson split just too early. She gambled on the cross court, which didn't come. Her partner had to pick up the straight drive. Campbell unable to do so, but he's now preying on the fact the shuttle might have been long of the back line. Let's take a look at what Hawkeye can show us.
I must admit, my initial thought was that it was in. It looked like a little bit of an emotional challenge,
yeah,
but let's see.
I'd have to agree, Steen. Yeah, very much confirmed by Hawkeye. I don't recall the particular dimensions of the width of one of these lines. Steen, do you know that? But the shuttle there not even close to the back of that line.
15-13, play.
Oh, just misjudged the timing, Julia Macpherson. She did everything right, but just waved her racket in hope. And there's that 3-point lead you were talking about, Steen, that all-important few points needed just to make a difference.
Yeah, but we've also seen in these rallies that Macpherson has had some actions, and sometimes she's been right and sometimes she's been wrong, but that's really the only way to learn to judge whether you should go for it or whether you should leave it for your partner. I liked the defense also previously when we had the challenge where she blocked it and moved forward. That situation was not successful, also because they have a good opposition on the other side with Amanda Hogstrom. But that's really the only way you can evolve as a player, to take some risk, take some chances, do something. Oh, that's great play.
Absolutely, and you could see there Macpherson, again, just not timing that split and gambling at the wrong moment. Opening herself up for the hold at the net. But like you say, she's 19 years old. And this is the time to learn, to really evolve your game. World Championship badminton, tough opposition.
And you can definitely see that she's got some skills and some talent going for her. And, I mean, 6 years ago, when she was 13, she would have been sitting at the television looking at Imogen Banky playing the World Championship final alongside Chris Adcock, and getting some inspiration from that. Good defense. But in general, I mean, you don't want to be playing from a defensive position in the mixed doubles. You want to attack.
Well, that was fantastic stuff. The defence from Julie Macpherson, standing up this time, moving the shuttle cross-court when needed. And Campbell looking confident in the mid to rear, laying off when he needed to before hitting that big smash. Crucial moment in the match now. 18-17 would be a much more comfortable position than 19-16 down. They need this point, the Scottish.
That's a good rally.
Oh,
excellent,
what a shame.
Excellent play by Nico Ruponen.
Service over. 19-16.
Played with a lot of variation there. That drop shot sets this one up because it's really hard for Julie Macpherson to get in a good position.
Well, Macpherson having to show us how competent she is at the back of the court for a few shots. Good defence from Sweden. And unfortunately for Julie, she just wasn't able to turn that drop to middle into anything good, and it set up game point for Hogstrom and Ruponen.
Stay on Swedish start that one.
17-20.
Yeah, it's good to see that she held her nerve there, Julie Macpherson. She didn't snatch at it, all important points. She just pushed back to middle into the players' bodies. But great anticipation from Ruponen. And in the end, you were right, Steen. Those few points mattered after that Hawkeye line call. And it's the Swedes, Nico Ruponen, Amanda Hogstrom, that have come away with the opening game, 21-17.
Tearing down the kit boxes there.
Okay. Bare ud med det, så hvordan I kan. Sorry. This is broken. We have to put it down beside. This is broken.
Okay, the kit box is broken.
Jeg tykker, vi jobber rigtig bra med spillet. Altså, vi jobber rigtig bra med det. Även om det inte alltid er perfekt. Og sådan, vi jobber svinbra med det. Både to, det skal vi fortsætte med. For vi skal forvente, at vi kommer i problem i andre sæt også. Ja, præcis. Eller hør? Ja. Okay. Vi har bra rørelse, tycker jag, nu her, når de forsøger at flytte rundt på os. Tycker vi gør det bra nu her. Okay.
Det är bra när man trycker en liten knapp på.
Okay.
Board. Certainly for defending if it's constructive, it's counter-attacking, but we don't want to just sit down. Yeah? Lift out, get them on the move and get in. Yeah? So we're getting through the attack variations. Because it needs time to play short.
Yeah.
We'll see we're getting
Or maybe just, is it strapped? Is it just a wall?
It's my bottom off.
Sæt stik fra midten, så du kan spille en kort i lille side. Lige lidt tidligere end det, du gør. Okay. Fortsætter med at jobbe med det her. Helt redo i hovedet fra bøjen her. Yes. Du kan spille netter.
Can we... Sorry? Can we get out here?
It needs a bit more time. If you just put them down there, I can put them...
Well, I can't utter a word in Swedish, Steen, so I'm not sure what's happening with the advice from the coaches there, other than...
Well, I can tell you that wasn't Swedish. That was something in the mix of Danish and Swedish, and I don't think either Danes nor Swedes understood what Anders Christiansen was saying. Danish, Swedish at its worst.
I did understand that the boxes are broken. I can see that with my own eyes.
To be serious, he was very satisfied with the way that his pair worked. Made a really good effort, and he was emphasizing that at the beginning. Then we switched over to the Scottish coach, and I think we were into something more specific just in the last part of the interval.
Second game.
But very satisfied, and of course, no reason not to be.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great opening game. I did hear the Scottish coach advising that if they're going to defend, they need to make it constructive. It's interesting to hear them talk about positive defending. So lift out to one corner, get yourself back into the net, into position, and try and turn that defence into attack somehow.
Yeah, and that's one of the difficulties sometimes in the coach. I mean, the Scottish coach, he definitely knows what he means with what was the word? Positive defense?
Yes.
But does the players know what is positive defense? That is, so sometimes you need to be really, really specific as coaches and say, okay, you need to lift once very high, then you need to lift a little bit more flat and move the same player, and then the chances occur. So you have to be really specific at some times. But of course, if the players know the coach as well, they would be used to these kinds of abbreviations and codes, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. So crucial in doubles. Not just knowing your partner and knowing their language and what they're going to do with the serve, for example. Whether they're going to serve wide and then look for the straight net, or whether they'll serve to tee and look cross, you know, that kind of thing. But also, like you say, the coach has to communicate exactly what he means when he says constructive defending. I mean,
excellent service return here by Amanda Hogstrom. Just past the left shoulder of Julie Macpherson, and that's really, really hard to cover. Good call.
4-3.
I think we see some examples that Nico Ruponen has the upper hand to Martin Campbell in terms of mid-court play, which is very understandable since Nico Ruponen has focused more on his mixed doubles than Martin Campbell, who's more used to playing the men's doubles, where the mid-court is something different. We don't have these mixed double shots, soft shots, imaginative angled shots.
no, absolutely. It's a lot on the straight, a lot of fast pressure, but like you say, waiting for the female to make a move at the front and then just playing it into the space. Yeah, you're right. Ruponen seems to have the upper hand in that particular battle at the moment. That one drifting very wide off the court.
And also the confidence that they've won the first game, gotten into good rhythm, got their World Championship campaign off to a good start. So they should be a little bit more relaxed, but not, of course, not too much, because it was, as we mentioned, a couple
great
of good
play from
rallies that
Hogstrom,
decided it.
8-3.
Hogstrom with the backhand cross net, played so tight that she set up an easy forehand kill for herself. Torstein, you're right. You were saying how it was the intensity in that first match, first game, that was fairly even, and they just managed to claw ahead. But they can relax just a little now and let their shots flow.
Service over. 4-8.
The worst of nerves and the worst of uncertainty probably gone, and coming into a World Championship, having spent a number of weeks practicing for this, you're always a little bit uncertain. Where do we actually stand when play gets underway? Excellent attack. Campbell and Macpherson.
Yeah, I didn't think the smash from, or the kill rather, from Macpherson was going to come back, but good defending from Ruponen. Good to see the Scottish alive and ready to pounce on anything short. Good defending again from Ruponen. Wow.
That's a good rally.
Well, incredible defending from the Swedes. I thought that point was over about 3 times before finally the error putting that shuttle wide of the court from Macpherson under some pressure from Ruponen.
Good call. Well left by Nico Ruponen. Very early he let this racket drop. Was certain that that was going to go wide.
You mentioned earlier, Steen, in the men's doubles how important defending is, and high quality defending, and although you can get away with some quality serve and attacking, at this level you'll come up against some great defence, and we've seen that in the last few rallies, particularly from Ruponen. Just able to keep the rally going, keep the shuttle alive and take the odd point and create that gap. It's the Swedes in front once again, 11-6 at the mid-game interval.
Det var lidt fejltræf for dem lige nu. Okay, gør det godt. Så. Alright, bro, vi fortsætter jobbe med det. Fokuseret på, at vi skal ind og udmane hende. Kanskje vi skal fundere på at have en long serve med til hende. Ja. Eller hør. Ja. Og så frem i defensivet for at spille den næste kort. Frem og gøre nogle ting. Fortsæt stinge net. Fortsæt aktiv boldkamp. Spiller dem op mere nu her, hvilket jeg tror, de kommer at gøre. Jobber I hårdt. Det jobber hårdt for det. Slå forbi hende. Så Amanda tækker i hendes side. Okay? Ja. Her.
But make sure if Julian comes, you press in.
So you're not too far from Copenhagen, Steen, not that far from Malmö. Anything you picked up there?
Yeah, very competent coaching from Anders Christiansen, reinforcing Ruponen and Hogstrom on what to do, put pressure on Julie Macpherson, maybe flick her once in a while to sort of get her to the backcourt and sort of open up for attacks to Macpherson. Then, and I like that particularly, he also gave her a little thought about what would the opposition do. Maybe they would make Nico work hard from the backcourt, and if that was the case, then they really had to step up. It might not happen that way. It might be that Scottish side would go for the all-out attack and take the challenge there. So that we've lost mainly in the defense, so let's see if we can get the attack.
Well, they're certainly on the attack at the moment. Nico Ruponen, the left-hander, just hitting drive after smash after drive after smash at the moment. And they've clawed their way in front by a 6-point lead. Fascinating approach. I particularly like that mind games within mixed doubles. More like a game of poker at times. What would your opponent start doing now, perhaps? And I like how the Swedish coach is thinking about that. Yeah, well played, Ruponen.
Yeah, in my opinion, the task for Macpherson and Campbell is to, when in defense, they have to spot more correctly or force the turnaround, move Ruponen on the backcourt and look for the chances, and then they've got to challenge to get the attack themselves. I don't think they can win from the defense.
No, you're right. Ruponen's looking too solid in the mid-court, in the rear court. And for me, it's Hogstrom as well, just finding spaces, forcing the Scottish pair out of position and getting that lift for Ruponen.
Oh, that was closer than I originally thought there.
Yeah, Ruponen really was confident that was going long, but in the end it didn't. Well, it wasn't that far out, a couple of inches perhaps.
Well, the interesting thing is that Amanda Hogstrom is going to play with Scott Evans in future international tournaments. The Irishman who is up until now been a singles player.
Absolutely, I didn't know that. Wow.
And it's going to be interesting to follow because he's got some good skills for mixed doubles, but definitely different than Ruponen here.
Absolutely. So Nico Ruponen retiring, perhaps, or
yeah, he's retiring. He's playing his last international tournament.
And of course, Scott Evans has been training in Denmark, I know, for the last
he's been
1 or 2 years.
No, he's been living in Denmark for many, many years, 10 or 11 years.
Yeah, I often see his social media posts training with Lina Kjærsveld and Hans Christian, for example. And I know his mother, Cheryl, of course, involved so much with Badminton Ireland. Oh, what a net shot from Hogstrom.
That's a great rally.
Good defence from Campbell, regains the attack, well played. Perhaps the best rally we've seen so far this match.
Service over, 12-60.
Probably was now or never for the Scottish side, but that rally they should really take hope from that. Played magnificently, got the defense turned around to the attack. Very, very well played by the home players.
Yeah, the first Scottish player or pair we've seen out here on court today. So far, day one at the World Championships. Absolutely no doubt about the passion and loyalty in Scottish badminton fans. They'll be right behind Martin Campbell and Julie Macpherson here in this match.
Good service return.
Service over, 17-13.
Yeah, that serve from Julie, perhaps a touch high, too easy for Nico Ruponen to kill.
Good work at the net again by Amanda Hogstrom.
Well, that just shows the confidence of Ruponen at the moment, trying to take on that very difficult technical shot here in the mid-court. The double action and then the soft backhand cross-court. Didn't quite make the net.
19-14.
But they've got the serve back again, and they've got a 5-point lead. 19-14, Amanda Hogstrom to serve. Oh, that's unlucky for Hogstrom. She read that really well. The backhand push to round the head forehand. Just couldn't convert it. Well, good straight smash from Nico Ruponen. Sets up Hogstrom at the net. Julie Macpherson looking equal to it for a moment, but the unforced error on the net, too much pressure. A crucial moment in this match. And it's the Swedes, one game up. Nico Ruponen serving at match point.
16-20.
Well, it really was now or never for Campbell and Macpherson. But Hogstrom looking confident again. Forehand kill at the net closes the match out for the Swedes. And a very confident-looking, relaxed performance from Nico Ruponen and Amanda Hogstrom. Confirmation of that score then in the mixed doubles there for you on screen. Is the Swedes progressed to round 2 with a win over Campbell and Macpherson of Scotland, 21-17, 21-16. What do you think, Steen? Do you think they're going to be able to live up to the likes of the Adcocks in coming rounds?
Well, it's going to be a tough match against Kasuno and Kurihara in the next round. They play at a different pace, but we shouldn't rule it out because it tends to challenge the Swedes to play a little bit upwards, so to speak, in terms of rankings and seedings. They've done what they should here in the first round and got a reasonably secure victory.
Yes, well, what a performance for the Swedish pair. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that mixed doubles. So day 1 here at the Badminton World Championships with 3 matches in. What a performance that was from Ruponen and Hogstrom in the mixed doubles. A shame for this home crowd for Martin Campbell and Julia Macpherson falling in round 1. But it was a great match for them. I'm sure they'll look back on that with kind eyes and they'll learn a lot from it. We've got men's singles up next for you. Wong Wing Ki of Hong Kong, the number 12 seed. Vincent to his friends. He's up against, from Egypt, Ahmed Salah. So a quick look at the men's singles draw. Well, at least part of our draw, of course, a draw of 64 players in the World Championships. In the men's singles, we might just see one of these progress through to a potential round 3 matchup against China's number 4 seed, Shi Yuqi, if things go to plan for him this week. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.